Welcome to 65, where we feature interesting stories about those senior citizens who are 65 years and over. We talk about their life, the challenges they faced, their professional career, personal life, their values, their beliefs, and what they think are the enduring legacies that they must have left as they charted a life in this world. We also talk about how to bridge the gap between the generations, especially in today's AI world. I am Dr. Stella Oluwarotimi Ayamara Dorgu, your host. In our program today, we're going to be talking with one of the few Nigerians, an accountant. We talk about accountants, we talk about lawyers, and how they can do a lot with the figures, falsify the truth in order to get things done for their clients. We have someone who spent so many years as an accountant, but according to him, and according to those who know him, left the world of accounting with his integrity intact, an honest man. His name is Mr. Simeon Omoego Okparume. He's from Ovu in East Ethiopia, local government area of Delta State. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you.
You've had quite a checkered career in accounting. You had your primary education, secondary education or college in Warri, at Ovu, in Onitsha, and then you went to Cooperative College in Ibadan. And you were one of the few people who studied in the university to be an accountant. That is at ABU when you were transferred to Kaduna.
Congo, to be sure, to Congo campus.
Congo
Campus.
Congo campus of ABU to study to be an accountant.
I went there not on my own.
In service training.
In service training.
You worked many years with AG Leventis group of companies.
Yes.
Starting from Kaduna.
Exactly.
Went to Lagos. And then ended up in
the same Leventis.
With the same Leventis in Benin.
Yes, Benin.
And you paint a very interesting picture of the world of an accountant, a good accountant. That if you're good, if you know your onions, so to speak, you're well sought after. And so we'll say that this isn't the first time that good employees are poached by competing outfits. Can you please just, in a nutshell, talk to us about your professional life?
It's history. My professional life, if I want to X-ray it, we'll make a book for the number of years. One thing I would advise young ones coming up, the first thing they should take into account is honesty. It's an asset. If you are not honest, you go to your house with problems racking your brain. But if you are honest, if you get back from work to your house, You sleep in peace.
Sleep like a baby.
Yes. But if you get yourself involved, no problem. Big problem for yourself. Because by the time you are going to work the next morning, you will have heartache. Maybe something will be discovered. If they discover something somewhere, you will feel that they are involved. And it becomes a very serious problem of stability. You find it difficult to manage yourself. You are free. And you know that you are free. You talk with confidence. So the period of my patient as an accountant, I know my figures, even if I'm sleeping. Mr. Okparume, what is this so number of figure? What is this? What is that? There are some proprietors of companies you are working for. That is your directors. You can be sleeping, they will phone you in the night. Well, can you tell me? In fact, there are times your own clerk or your own worker or assistant or anything about that is working under you and get you involved. If you are not clever enough, you'll be in trouble. Even though your hands are clean, you'll still be in trouble. But if you are able to convince your boss that this is this is that, and they believe in that, I was in the office when one of my assistants was hijacked from the office and they took him to the police. On getting there, the man reported to the police that it is me that is involved. The policeman, I don't know, the policeman told him, shut up your mouth. It is not that man. I know it very well. Because these police used to come down our premises and my boss introduced him to me and we became friends. Several times I didn't know that he was testing me. This policeman is a police officer. So he now told the man, said, shut up your mouth. It's not that man. I have tried him more than 10 times. And the man is free. It's not here. You are not going to bring in that man.
You are not going to try to rope him in.
No.
Because like you said, honesty and integrity and peace of mind.
Even up to today, my wife is there. Ask her. If I'm in 100 miles away, they can tell you this is the kind of man this man. I better to be a hunger than to steal and live. That's my motto.
You said something. You gave your all to the job. In fact, you maybe did not have a good balance between your home life and your professional career. Because you said sometimes you would sleep in the office.
Yes.
Is that something that should be recommended? Would you say that the job has favored you in terms of providing for a sustainable livelihood for you?
Well, to me, yes. And on the other side, not much. But one thing I know, it is better for one to be happy than to be disgusted when you cannot do anything else. But because for me, I'm very happy because the what I hate most in my life is somebody to knock at my door. Bring money, they are only 50,000, 10,000, or even 10 naira. I hate asking people to assist me financially, except my son. Everybody can be a witness. I beg you, find money came in. I know I haven't got. I would like to tell my son, my wife, those two persons. If you are my wife, I ask you, look for money for me. I didn't go to somebody else. My son, I need this, I need that. I won't be ashamed. You are my son.
I would want us to look a little bit further into remuneration for workers and the retirement packages for workers. You say you're very satisfied, but can you compare? You worked all your years in the private sector. Can you compare the remuneration packages, the welfare packages, the pension, gratuity?
It's not always enough.
What can be done? Are there any practical things? Are there strategies?
At this age we are,
yes,
it's not going to be possible. There's no an entrepreneur that will want to satisfy his gain for you as a worker. They will give you peanut.
So what should workers do?
There's nothing one can do. At this present age we are in a very difficult time. The man who owns the business wants to make trillion. He wants to make trillion because he has invested.
He has taken the risk.
Yes. If you want him to pay you big deal, what about the rest? Will he go and begin to pay people like that? Not possible.
Elon Musk, I was reading something about him. Elon Musk. You may not know him, but he's the richest man in the world.
Okay.
He is the one that is into artificial intelligence, the electric car, the driverless cars, all of those things. But he made a statement that resonates well with me, and then maybe experts who talk about human resource management.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes counter to what you have just said. He says every employer must take care of their most important resource. And that most important resource is the human being.
Yes, of course.
He has invested, but those people who are making sure that he makes the money, why wouldn't he be interested? Why would they be neglected? In your own words, sir.
Well, let me say this. The African business system, the African business system is different from the civilized world.
This inability to slice away to make sure that the profit goes around, would you say that it's perhaps one of the causes of corruption, of cheating?
If we want to go to analyze the causes of corruption, we won't live here today. There are numerous causes of corruption. causes of corruption comes from the heart. Listen, I told you something sometimes ago, that if you want to go to the bank, Mr. Okparume, the money, the cash is ready, about 10 boxes. We will go to the bank to count this money. That time we were counting manual.
Yes, manual.
Sometimes if we get there by 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, we won't come back until about 6 or 5.
In the evening. Because everything had to be counted,
yes.
cross-checked
Exactly.
by so many different people.
I was sleeping. Ask her.
We will definitely talk to Madam.
She came to see me in the office. She came to see me when she traveled to my station. I was lying down. She said, Daddy, what is this? I said, I'm on you. You won't carry. She laughed. If I were to be someone who was corrupt,
greedy,
I would pay for you. When I come back, my report is authentic. So whatever I say is what has gone out.
And because of your integrity, you didn't want anything to jeopardize that trust that had been.
There you are. Life.
Let me ask you. Yes, let me ask you a question. You gave a lot of your time to the office because of your commitment, because of who you are. I think I asked it before. Is this something that you would recommend to an employee to give 80%, 90% of their time and neglect the family?
How you make the life? This is how I want the life to be. I want to be in my.
As you make your bed, so you will lie on it.
You can't command somebody else. Do this, do this, do this. What about if he hasn't got the same mindset with you? No matter what they do. He has a different mindset. You have a different mindset. When you are not ready to get involved in the crooked way of life, you'll be ready to defend yourself.
But at the detriment of your family?
Of course, no. Your family, your family knows whom you are. Down deep in their heart, your family knows whom you are.
Your children?
Of course, yes.
Why would you say so? If you, as a father, has not spent time to impart values to them. Your wife, yes, your wife is your partner. But what about the children? What kind of impact do you think that, so to speak, being an absentee father is going to have on them? When, like you said, before 7 o'clock, you're off. By the time you come at 12, the children are sleeping. They don't know you. How do you impart values to them?
Good. Very good. Nature has a way of assisting someone who has a good mindset. Nature. And I have few children. I have a book in my library. After reading it, I called my son, who you know very well, Frank.
Pastor Frank.
Yes. I gave him that book. This book is my mentor. And I want you to study it.
What's the title of the book, sir?
This is uh, marriage.
Marriage.
At youth.
Marriage at youth.
Yes. This book, this my son, has no character when he was small. He's quick to anger. One day he did something, and I called him, "Take him that way." Say, read here. After some times, he came to me, said, "Daddy, I will not try that. If you get to ask him, told him, don't be quick to anger. Make a research on your own." You know what he told me? He said, "Daddy, I will obey your instruction."
Amen. In other words,
the Yoruba language says,
Okere Latin.
That is a method he learned from me. If he look at the child like this, any of them
will fall in line.
According to Osama,
Wallahi talai. What I'm gleaning from you, two things. Mentorship comes both from reading and also from what we get from human beings.
Yeah. From your study of your parents.
Mm.
It is not the number of noise you make that you are training you, that makes you to train your children. It is not the number of inaction, and the number of signs you will make with your child. That signs, he built it up from my word.
Mm.
The sign that he's making for his children now, he built that sign up from what I spoke.
In other words, you're saying that the role of the father is a very important, very powerful role in the upbringing of a child, of children in the home. We will have cause to talk to your wife of so many years. Let us share some perspectives. But before we go there, when you were growing up, what were your perceptions of elderly people, of the old people? Today we've come for you to share your experiences, to share your nuggets of wisdom with us. When you were growing up, how did you see the older people? Were they revered, or were they people that were to be shunned aside?
If I did something as such, I will not be where I am today. My father and my mother had only me as a son.
Oh, wow. But you had sisters.
See what?
You had sisters, or just you were the only child?
Me.
Oh, wow.
Me.
Wow.
Me.
Wow.
Go come, me. I don't have a younger brother
siblings,
or younger sister, or elder brother, elder sister. No. My father told me one day, that time I didn't know the content of life. My father was sitting down in the, what do they call it? Easy chair. They call it easy chair. Something like this.
Mm-hmm. The rocking chair.
Yeah. He called me in the afternoon. I was a bit wrong. Ask her. When he called me, he said I should stand here. I stood there. He said, raise up your face. Raise up. I said, what are you saying? That far distance. I said, So person's sherry. This cherry
Yes.
fruit.
Utie,
Utie.
agbalumo.
Exactly. He said, he laughed. He said, Simon, he said, you are standing up. I said, yes. He said, he's sitting down here. He said, I see other than
you standing up, sitting down.
Well, I beg you, go sit down. I just went. 40 years later, the word came to me. My father has died. I forget it till now. He said, he saw farther than where. Why should I not apply that one to my children?
So what would you say about this talk today, that the older people are not revered? Is it something that they're doing to themselves? Or is it something that the society has heaped on them?
Yes. Yes. Who is in the society today? Are they the old ones? Are the ruffians? Are the team building of the society today? The old ones are not there anymore.
Why not? Why would they relegate that duty of giving advice?
That is the natural issue that is available now. That is what is available now. No child or no young man that wants to do something that will bring honor to himself.
That's suicidal.
Suicidal. No child. You don't need to even ask. You know that is asking the question. You know that is not possible. It's not easy. Is it a girl? Is it boys? It's a very a serious situation.
What can we do?
I don't think we have much to do. The issue, let me tell you, I have a friend. I wrote a message to him this yesterday night. I said the personnel of the army today, the military personnel, no military personnel can get a post of a general if he did not win war. You cannot get it. That you are a general.
And you have not been to war.
I have not been to war. You can't get general.
But we have many generals today.
Yes. Yeah, that is where you and I may be wrong. The world we are now, sometimes I look at it. Where are we going to end it? The best message and the quickest message you can get today in the media is death. Death.
Yes.
Husband and wife and husband, children, mother, and so on. What are we looking for? That can't bring anybody peace. No, can't bring peace. I have been in this place for a while. At the end of the day, I take my Bible, I read, I sleep, because I feel that is my joy. People don't look for joy. People don't look for happiness. All they need is not happiness, rather. People don't look for joy. People don't look for what is good. The only thing that they needed at the moment is happiness. And it is not easy to pick happiness.
Happiness is brought by God. It's not given by material things.
No.
I don't want to be negative and to say that we are a lost generation. Should we just give up?
Let me tell you something. God has given you hand, this and this, and brain, eye to see, ear to hear. To use it, manage yourself. This thing has given you this. And the next day, you will go and tell God, I want you to kill my neighbor for me. I want you to ruin my labor for me. Your neighbor, human being that God created, because it's
Without your permission.
Without your permission. Because you want your own to be better than that person. Then you want to pray to God that He should kill the person for you. What type of life is that?
You have said a lot of things. Today, the population of older citizens, senior citizens, is growing.
Yes.
Let's take a short break now. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still listening to 65. Welcome to 65, madam. Your husband has been talking about you. He's talked about the level of understanding that both of you share, the love, the companionship that both of you share in these more than 50 years of marriage. What can you tell us? What are the things that keep a marriage together? What are the things that keep trust? What are the things that enable a couple to be able to hand down values to their children?
Well, thank you very much. It is numerous. First of all, the grace of God is there. Tolerance, love, perseverance, understanding. So it has always been there. Trust. So these are the things that has kept us far. Particularly, if you have an understanding partner where you don't have to carry your home to the third party to settle. So that one goes a long way in keeping the home. So the things I mentioned, those are just the factors. Particularly now, these days, those are just the factors I can say for now that have kept the marriage intact.
Papa talked about not coming home from work till past 11 p.m. and leaving as early as 7, and you are still there, trusting him, welcoming him back.
When you know who you are married to, whether you are there with him or not, so that was why I mentioned trust, patience, and tolerance. So when he's at work, particularly those days, there are no mobile phone.
Yes, that is true.
No mobile phone. So when particularly those days I go to Warri to visit him, most of the times I don't meet him. Sometimes he comes home around 2 a.m.
Wow.
3 a.m. The next morning, 7 o'clock, he will go back to work. Sometimes he can't even take his breakfast at home. That's just why, even now, It's just that the type of illness he has now, that was why he forced to take breakfast. Sometimes, those days, he doesn't take breakfast till probably 12 in the afternoon. He calls that breakfast. It's supposed to be in the afternoon. So that is why he used to taking tea in the morning. He wanted today. Because, in a hotel environment, maybe just give me a cup of coffee, give me a cup of tea. So that is why he used to that. So wherever he was that time, I know that he's always at work because the work is so demanding that I don't get way to not to trust him that he's not there or
You were not jealous at all?
No, those are just the things. The trust was there, the love was there, tolerance was there. So I had to be patient with him.
You didn't grumble sometimes? You're not there to help me raise these children.
As a woman, sometimes, as a woman, that comes from birth. What will I do? So you don't have to, because that is where to keep the home. That is where
yes.
Exactly. So sometimes as a woman, you get hurt up at times. There's something one can do other than to bear or tolerate. So those are just the good things.
And is this what you want to pass on to our young women today? You must be tolerant. You must trust.
Of course, in my church, I'm their women leader. Because you don't give what you don't have. Most of the time, when I have opportunity to teach them, I share my experiences with them. But the case of nowadays, impatient, intolerance, no perseverance. So that is what I always tell you. So you have to persevere. You have to love your husband. The Bible says you have to love your husband, love the children. Then taking your home to another third party, if you are agreed to settle it out with your husband, it's just a matter of, first of all, that love, because trust can come in. So most of the time, I teach them in order to keep their home. And this is what I tell them. Yes, if you don't have patience, if you don't have love, if you don't have trust, then where will the home be? So the home will be in disarray. This is what I'm here today.
Congratulations, madam.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're still looking so wonderful. Thank you.
Just the grace of God.
Daddy, let me come back to you. Today, many older people, because of old age comes whether we like it or not, the same way that death comes whether we like it or not. And older people are afflicted with a lot of ailments, hypertension, arthritis, blindness, deafness, dementia. How do the older people cope? What can government and private sector do to help them to deal with these health challenges?
Thank you. Let me tell you, the drugs I take as an old man, I have health issues.
Yes.
I have about 2 doctors. Number 1, my wife is a doctor. It's not a medical doctor, but she's very good in all the drugs that I take. I don't even know their name. She's the one. She knows their name.
That's the special spirit that a woman has.
Yes.
And that's why we say that women are nurturers.
She can go
She's the nurse.
any length
She's the
you want
doctor.
to do.
Yes.
That is why when I want to introduce her to people, I say, she's my wife, she's my doctor, she's a nurse, she's an engineer.
She's your counselor.
Who is my... Oh, God bless you. If electrical work is faulty in this house, I don't do anything. She's the one to fix it on her own. If my generator is faulty, she's the one who will lose it and then fix it. That is why I do introduce her to people. This is my engineer. She's my wife. She's my doctor.
She's truly your helper.
Even in the hospital.
Yes.
A doctor was forced to ask, Madam, are you
a medical personnel?
A medical personnel, thank you. And she would just say no. So what? Before I would pronounce one, before the doctor would pronounce one, she has pronounced two. She has pronounced three. What kind of drug that is fit for this? She would come to me and say, this is the drug we are going to buy today or next. If they bring the list of the drugs, she would tell me, within that list, she would tell me, this is the amount this drug is going to take. And it is so.
So what can the government or private sector, what will they do to their retirees, to people who have spent so many years working?
No, I cannot. The government cannot do anything because of self-interest. They can't. They can't. They cannot. I have two people that are keeping me alive. My son, Frank, and herself.
And of course, God.
God.
Amen. And we've had a wonderful chat with you, sir. And also with your wife, Mrs. Patricia Okparume. And I want to say congratulations again for the more than 50 years that you guys have been together and the wonderful testimonies that you have shared. Thank you for joining today's episode of 65. Please join our social media handles on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. These are being displayed on the screen now. Kindly follow, like, and share our posts and leave a comment on today's episode. Also, let us know what topics you want us to deal with in following episodes. Until we come your way again on 65. It's bye for now. Bye-bye.